In the serene silence of his own mind, the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius found an untroubled retreat, a haven far from the cacophony of the external world. He penned, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This profound assertion invites us to ponder, when was the last time you found solace in the stillness of your own company? When did you last embrace silence, not as the absence of noise, but as a space ripe with potential for self-discovery and transformation? In today's fast-paced world, the concept of silence has almost become alien to us. Our days are inundated with constant noise, be it from our digital devices, the media, or the hustle and bustle of daily life. Yet, there lies an unparalleled strength in silence and solitude, a transformative power that has been celebrated through ages by philosophers, sages, and thinkers. This video explores the profound impacts of embracing silence, delving into ancient wisdom, personal introspection, and the science behind the tranquility of being alone. The journey into silence is not merely about escaping the noise of the external world, but about discovering the rich inner world that awaits us in those moments of stillness. It's about learning how to grow stronger from stillness and solitude, harnessing the transformative silence that has shaped the minds and spirits of great leaders, thinkers, and artists throughout history. As we embark on this exploration, let us first delve into the wisdom of the past, where the value of silence and solitude was not only recognized, but revered as essential for personal growth and enlightenment. Through the eyes of the ancients, we shall see how silence serves as a powerful tool for self-discovery, a pathway to inner peace, and a wellspring of creative inspiration. This video is not just a journey through time or an academic excursion into philosophical doctrines. It is an invitation to you, the viewer, to engage in a personal exploration of what silence means in your life. How do you relate to silence? Is it a source of anxiety, a symbol of loneliness, or do you find comfort in the quiet? By the end of this exploration, my hope is that you will not only appreciate the value of silence, but also be inspired to create spaces of stillness in your own life to discover the transformative power that lies in solitude. As we delve into the chapters that follow, I encourage you to reflect on your own experiences with silence and solitude. Have you ever noticed how your most insightful thoughts and profound realizations often come when you're alone with your thoughts, free from the distractions of the outside world? This is no coincidence. It is in these moments of solitude that our minds are free to wander, explore, and create without bounds. So, dear viewer, I invite you to join me on this journey. Let us venture together into the transformative silence to uncover how we can grow stronger from stillness and solitude. Let's explore how the ancient wisdom of philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca can guide us in our modern lives, offering us a blueprint for finding peace, clarity, and purpose in the quiet moments of our existence. Section 1. The Wisdom of Stillness. The ancients knew something profound about the nature of the human soul and its need for stillness. The Stoic philosophers, in particular, championed solitude not as a form of isolation, but as a vital practice for inner strength and self-mastery. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher and advisor to emperors, eloquently wrote, "All men's miseries derive from not being able to sit in a quiet room alone." This simple, yet profound observation highlights a timeless truth. Within the quietude of solitude lies the key to confronting and understanding our deepest fears, desires, and ambitions. In this exploration of stillness, we journey back to the teachings of these ancient sages to uncover the roots of this transformative silence. They believed that in stillness, one could find the clarity and strength needed to face the tumult of the external world. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, often reflected on the importance of retreating into the self, emphasizing that peace does not come from the absence of conflict in the external world, but from the ability to find tranquility within oneself, regardless of the circumstances. The first step towards harnessing the strength from stillness is to cultivate a practice of reflection and introspection. This involves setting aside time each day to be alone with our thoughts, free from distractions. It is in these moments of solitude that we can engage in a dialogue with ourselves, examining our beliefs, our actions, and our reactions to the world around us. Reflection allows us to gain insight into our true nature and the patterns that govern our lives. It invites us to question our automatic responses to life's challenges and to consider more deliberate, aligned actions. By embracing stillness, we afford ourselves the opportunity to grow, to adapt, and to align more closely with our highest ideals. To further illustrate the wisdom of stillness, let us turn to the metaphor of nature. Consider the silence of a mountaintop, the stillness of a lake at dawn, or the quiet of a forest. Nature, in its untouched state, embodies a profound silence that speaks volumes to those who listen. It teaches us that stillness is not merely the absence of sound but a presence filled with life, potential, and beauty. The Stoics found deep inspiration in nature's calm, seeing it as a model for inner peace. They encouraged people to spend time in natural settings, to observe and learn from the silent harmony that pervades the natural world. This practice is not merely an escape from the urban chaos but a return to our natural state, one where we can find balance and clarity. In today's world, finding true stillness is a challenge. We are constantly bombarded with information, demands, and distractions that can make turning inward seem daunting, even impossible at times. Yet, this is precisely why the ancient practice of seeking solitude is more relevant than ever. It offers a counterbalance to the frenetic pace of modern life, providing a space for us to reconnect with ourselves and what is truly important. To integrate the wisdom of stillness into our lives, we must begin by acknowledging the value of solitude. It is not a luxury, but a necessity for anyone seeking to lead a thoughtful, purposeful life. This does not mean withdrawing from the world, but rather finding moments within our daily lives to pause, reflect, and recharge. As we conclude this chapter, let us carry forward the understanding that stillness is not an end, but a means, a pathway to greater self-awareness, resilience, and fulfillment. By embracing the lessons of the past and the metaphors of nature, we can begin to see solitude not as a state to be avoided, but as a precious opportunity to grow and thrive. Section 2. The Art of Solitude in Everyday Life. In navigating the noisy corridors of modern existence, the art of finding solitude becomes a rebellious act of self-care and introspection. This chapter explores practical ways to weave moments of silence into the fabric of daily life, transforming routine into ritual and chaos into calm. Crafting spaces of silence. The journey to embracing solitude begins in the spaces we inhabit. Creating physical and temporal spaces dedicated to silence can anchor us in the present and provide a sanctuary from the external noise. This doesn't necessarily require a secluded cabin in the woods or a retreat to a mountaintop monastery. It can be as simple as dedicating a quiet corner of your home for reflection or waking up a few minutes earlier to savor the tranquility of the morning. The significance of these spaces lies not in their physical dimensions, but in their symbolic separation from the bustling world. They serve as tangible reminders to pause, breathe, and engage with our inner selves. In these sanctuaries of stillness, we are free to reflect, meditate, or simply be untethered from the demands of daily life. Integrating silence into the day. The rhythm of modern life, with its constant demands and distractions, can make sustained periods of solitude challenging. However, integrating brief interludes of silence throughout the day can be transformative. This can be as simple as taking a few moments to breathe deeply and clear your mind between tasks, or opting for a silent commute, allowing your thoughts to flow freely without the usual accompaniment of music or podcasts. These moments serve as mini retreats, opportunities to reset and reconnect with ourselves amidst the day's activities. They remind us that silence is not just a physical state, but a mental sanctuary we can access at any time, a refuge from the storm of thoughts and stimuli that bombard us. Solitude in nature. As previously mentioned, nature offers unparalleled settings for solitude and reflection. Making time for regular walks in a park, hikes in the forest, or simply sitting by a body of water can profoundly impact our sense of peace and well-being. Nature's inherent stillness helps quiet the mind, offering a backdrop against which our thoughts can become more apparent and less overwhelming. These natural retreats allow us to step back from the artificial urgencies of our digital lives and reconnect with the rhythms of the natural world. In doing so, we are reminded of the larger tapestry of existence, of which our personal dramas are but a small part. This perspective is grounding and can shift our approach to life's challenges, emphasizing resilience and adaptability. The power of technology-free zones. In an age where our lives are inextricably linked with technology, creating technology-free zones or times can be a powerful step toward reclaiming silence. This could mean designating certain hours as screen-free, during which devices are turned off or put away, allowing for undistracted engagement with ourselves or loved ones. This practice not only reduces noise pollution, but also minimizes the mental clutter generated by constant connectivity. It invites us back into the immediacy of our own experiences, encouraging a presence that is often diluted by the digital world's distractions. The role of routine. Establishing a routine that incorporates periods of solitude can transform these practices from aspirations to integral parts of our daily lives. Whether it's a morning meditation, an evening walk, or scheduled tech-free time, routines anchor these practices in our day, making them more likely to become sustained habits. Routines also serve as a framework within which we can explore the nuances of our relationship with silence. They provide a consistent backdrop against which the benefits of these practices can manifest more clearly, allowing us to notice the subtle but significant shifts in our mental and emotional landscapes. The art of finding solitude in everyday life is not about escaping from the world, but about discovering a deeper engagement with it. By carving out spaces of silence, we open ourselves up to profound insights and the rejuvenating power of stillness. This chapter has explored practical strategies for integrating solitude into our daily routines, transforming our experience of the day-to-day. As we move forward, let us remember that the journey into silence is a personal one, unique to each individual. There is no one-size-fits-all approach, but rather a constellation of possibilities, each offering its own path to peace and clarity. Section 3. Embracing silence in a noisy world. In a world that equates noise with activity, power, and connection, choosing silence can feel like swimming against the tide. Our environment is saturated with sounds, traffic, notifications, conversations, and media clamoring for our attention at every turn. This relentless noise not only distracts but also drains us, leaving little room for the tranquility necessary for deep reflection and growth. Yet, it is precisely within this cacophony that the pursuit of silence becomes most valuable and transformative. Understanding the noise. The first step in embracing silence is to recognize the nature and impact of the noise that surrounds us. This noise is not just auditory but visual and cognitive too, cluttering our minds with a constant stream of information, desires, and distractions. It's the buzz of social media, the lure of endless entertainment, the pressure of productivity, and the ceaseless pursuit of more. This omnipresent noise can lead to a disconnection from our inner selves, making it harder to hear our own thoughts and feelings amidst the din. Creating mental space. Creating mental space amidst this noise requires intention and practice. It involves cultivating mindfulness, the art of being present and fully engaged with the current moment without judgment. Mindfulness can be practiced through meditation, breathing exercises, or simply by being consciously aware of your thoughts and surroundings without getting caught up in them. By regularly practicing mindfulness, you develop the ability to observe the noise without being overwhelmed by it. This mental space allows for a serenity that is not dependent on external silence, but on an internal capacity to remain calm and centered even in the midst of chaos. Setting boundaries with technology. Technology, while a tool for connection and knowledge, is also a significant source of noise in our lives. Setting boundaries with technology is crucial for cultivating silence. This might mean designating specific times of day to check emails and social media, using apps that limit screen time, or creating tech-free zones in your home where devices are not allowed. The goal is not to eliminate technology, but to control its impact on your life, ensuring that it serves you rather than distracts you from the moments that matter. By setting these boundaries, you reclaim your time and attention, opening up space for silence and reflection. Embracing the discomfort of silence. For many, the absence of noise can be unsettling. Silence confronts us with our own thoughts and feelings, which can be uncomfortable or even daunting. This discomfort is a natural part of the process and an essential aspect to embrace. It's within this discomfort that growth and self-discovery lie. Start small, with just a few minutes of silence each day, and gradually increase as you become more comfortable. Use this time to reflect, meditate, or simply be. As you acclimate to the quiet, you'll likely find that what once felt uncomfortable becomes a source of peace and rejuvenation. Finding community and silence. While solitude is a personal journey, there is strength in numbers. Seeking out communities or groups that value silence can provide support and inspiration. This might be a meditation group, a silent retreat, or simply friends who share your desire for quiet moments. Sharing experiences and challenges with others who understand the value of silence can deepen your own practice and provide a sense of belonging in a world that often values noise over quiet. Embracing silence in a noisy world is an act of courage and a commitment to self-discovery. It requires intention, discipline, and the willingness to confront the discomfort that may come with it. Yet, the rewards are immeasurable. Silence brings clarity, peace, and a deepened connection to oneself and the world. As we continue on this journey, remember that silence is not the absence of something, but the presence of everything. It is in the quiet moments that we find our strongest selves, capable of confronting the noise of the world with tranquility and strength. Section 4. The Transformative Power of Silence. The paradox of silence is that, in its emptiness, it holds infinite possibilities. It is a canvas upon which the soul can paint its most profound insights and where the mind can sculpt its most innovative ideas. Silence is not merely a break from the noise, but a deep well of creativity, understanding, and strength. This section delves into how silence transforms us, shaping our thoughts, emotions, and actions in ways that are subtle yet profound. Creativity often springs from the quiet depths of solitude. The world's great thinkers, artists, and innovators have long attested to the power of silence in sparking inspiration. When we step away from the constant input of the external world, we give our minds the space to wander, explore, and connect ideas in new and unexpected ways. Silence allows for a type of mental digestion where thoughts and experiences can marinate and combine to form something new and original. It's in the quiet moments that our subconscious can surface, revealing insights and ideas that were previously obscured by the noise of our conscious minds. Beyond its role in creativity, silence has a profound impact on our emotional and psychological well-being. In silence, we can turn inward, tuning into our intuition and the subtle cues that guide our decisions and actions. This inner guidance system is often drowned out by the clamor of daily life, but becomes audible in moments of stillness. Moreover, silence provides the space for emotional processing and healing. It allows us to confront and sit with our feelings, understanding them deeply rather than reacting impulsively. Through this process, we develop emotional resilience and a deeper sense of peace, grounded in self-awareness and acceptance. The benefits of silence extend beyond the mental and emotional to the physical realm. Research has shown that periods of silence can have a restorative effect on the brain, reducing stress, enhancing sleep quality, and even promoting the growth of new brain cells. Silence lowers blood pressure and heart rate, calms the nervous system, and can lead to a state of profound relaxation and rejuvenation. These physical benefits are not merely incidental but integral to the transformative power of silence. A healthy body supports a healthy mind, and together they form the foundation for a fulfilled and balanced life. Embracing silence as a tool for personal development requires intentionality and practice. It means making space for silence in our daily routines, whether through meditation, mindfulness practices, or simply dedicating time to be alone with our thoughts. It involves seeking out natural environments where silence reigns and reducing noise pollution in our living and working spaces. The transformative power of silence also lies in its ability to change our relationship with the external world. By finding peace and strength within ourselves, we become less reliant on external validation and more resilient in the face of challenges. Silence teaches us that we are complete as we are, providing a stable ground from which to engage with the world confidently and authentically. The transformative power of silence is vast and multifaceted, impacting our creativity, emotional health, physical well-being, and personal development. It is both a sanctuary and a source of strength, a space where we can retreat and also advance. In silence, we find the essence of our being and the inspiration to express it fully. As we conclude this exploration of silence, let us remember that the journey into stillness is not a destination but a practice. It is a path we walk daily, discovering new depths and dimensions of ourselves along the way. Section 5: Implementing Silence into Your Life. The journey through the transformative power of silence has brought us to a pivotal point: the practical application of stillness in our daily lives. Embracing silence is not merely an act of withdrawal, but a dynamic practice of engaging more deeply with ourselves and the world around us. This final section offers actionable steps to cultivate silence and leverage its transformative potential, paving the way for a life marked by greater peace, creativity, and fulfillment. The cornerstone of integrating silence into your life is establishing a daily practice. This does not require hours of meditation or retreats into solitude, though these can be beneficial, but rather small, intentional periods of stillness each day. Begin with just 5 minutes in the morning, sitting quietly with your thoughts free from distractions. Gradually increase this time as you become comfortable with the practice. The key is consistency. Even a few minutes of daily silence can have profound effects over time. Create spaces in your home and workplace dedicated to quiet and reflection. These don't need to be large or elaborate: a corner of a room, a comfortable chair by a window, or any space that feels serene to you. Populate these spaces with objects that inspire peace and contemplation, such as books, candles, or plants. These physical sanctuaries serve as visual and tactile reminders to pause and engage with the silence. In an era dominated by digital noise, periodic digital detoxes are crucial for cultivating silence. Designate times of the day or specific days of the week where electronic devices are turned off or set aside. Use this time to reconnect with offline activities that nourish the soul, such as reading, writing, painting, or simply being in nature. The aim is to reduce the mental clutter that digital noise often brings, allowing for clearer, more focused thought. Nature is one of the most powerful facilitators of silence and reflection. Make it a practice to spend time in natural settings without distractions, no phones, music, or conversations. Let the natural world be your companion and teacher. Whether it's a walk in the park, a hike through the woods, or simply sitting by a body of water, allow yourself to be fully present, observing, listening, and feeling the silence around and within you. Be mindful of the media and content you consume. Just as we are what we eat, our minds are shaped by what we feed them. Choose quality over quantity, favoring content that enriches and uplifts rather than depletes and distracts. This mindful consumption extends to the conversations and social interactions we engage in, preferring depth and substance over superficiality and noise. Finding silence is not limited to physical solitude. It can also be practiced in the midst of social settings. Learn to be comfortable with pauses in conversation, to listen deeply without immediately formulating responses. This practice of social silence can deepen connections with others, creating space for more meaningful interactions and mutual understanding. As we close this exploration of transformative silence, remember that the journey does not end here. Integrating silence into your life is an ongoing practice, one that evolves and deepens over time. The steps outlined in this section are not prescriptive but suggestive, meant to inspire you to find your own paths to stillness in a way that resonates with your unique life circumstances and aspirations. Silence is a profound teacher, one that speaks in whispers and pauses, teaching us about the depth of our being and the breadth of our potential. By cultivating silence, we open ourselves to a world of inner peace, creativity, and clarity, finding strength in stillness and wisdom in solitude. This journey into silence is an invitation to discover the vast landscapes within you, landscapes rich with potential and alive with possibility. May you embrace this journey with an open heart and a curious mind, finding along the way a deeper connection to yourself and the world around you.